Hi guys, it's Ksenia. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 5 fragrances that are under $25 that actually last. I want to do this video with different price points, but I wanted to start at the lowest possible price point for perfumes that you can get that will not only give you amazing smell, great projection and sillage, but also longevity. I know longevity is a huge thing for a lot of you, in fact, most of you. A lot of people just want to wake up, get ready, put their perfume on, and go about their day without having to worry about the perfume coming off after like an hour. You just want your scent to last all day and not have to worry about reapplying. And that is what these perfumes are, coming in at such an affordable price point. And when I say under $25, I mean you can get 3.4 100ml bottles of every single one of these perfumes for under $25. Like, I'm not just talking, oh, maybe the 1 fluid ounce is $25. No, you could get the full size for $25 and under. I want to do this video at the $50 mark, which I have a lot more of because there's not very many perfumes that are super inexpensive that actually really last. So for this one, it's going to be a top 5, but I think for the price point of 50 and under, I have maybe a top 10, maybe even more than that, because there's a little bit more to work with. Then of course, as you go up in price, it gets a little bit easier and there's a lot more options. But if you don't want to spend a lot of money and you want an amazing performing scent, then this is the video for you. With all that being said, let's get straight into it. Please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and let's get started. Starting off, I have one Arab fragrance in this video. Now, when it comes to Arab perfumes, pretty much every single one that I have tried lasts forever, and it's a well-known thing that Arab fragrances are very inexpensive, and there's a lot more Arab perfumes that are within this price point, like $25 and under, that last really well. Personally, this is the only one that I have of this price point. All the other Arab fragrances that I have are a little bit higher up, like under 50, but this right here, this is called Liam by Lattafa. This is so good. Not only is this super long lasting, which it is, you throw this baby on at the beginning of your day, it's gonna last you maybe even to the next day. It's that strong. It's so powerful. But not only that, this is actually a little dupe for a high-end niche fragrance, which is BDK Gris Chanel. This is a very popular perfume in the perfume community, especially within the niche perfume community. It's a really loved fragrance, but it is pricey because BDK is pricey. And I was kind of contemplating it because I have smelled Gris Chanel and I didn't really know if I wanted to get it and spend that kind of money. So I did my research after coming across another dupe from Juliana's perfume that I fell in love with, that was a dupe for Gris Chanel. And I was just telling myself, you need more perfumes of this kind of scent profile because it's just so good. And I came across Liam by Lattafa, and when I saw the price point, I'm like, I have to get this. I didn't know much about it. It's not very talked about, but because it was so inexpensive, I felt a little less guilty about blind buying it. And I'm so glad I did because this is amazing. This is a fig sort of woody fragrance. It's very unisex. There's not really too many feminine elements or too masculine, so it's that perfect right in the middle scent. You get black tea in here, fig as I said, cardamom, it's a little bit spicy, has iris, vanilla, sandalwood, a little bit of patchouli. Those are just some key notes that I definitely smell in here. Everything is blended really well, and it's a really smooth fragrance. It's not too sharp or heavy or too edgy or anything like that. It's just perfect. I almost love this more than Gris Chanel, if I'm being real, because when I smelled that, I wasn't too sure about it, but I'm obsessed with this one. It's more of a fresh, woody kind of scent, so if you're into that, you would love it. This next perfume is one I went on a little journey with, as I tend to do with perfumes. But I can't deny the fact that this perfume performs so incredibly well for the price point, and not only that, it's a celebrity perfume. There's actually 2 celebrity perfumes in this video, but hey, I don't know why these are behind me. They're from a different video. Don't look at those. Fancy by Jessica Simpson is gonna be for those of you that like a caramelly vanilla sort of vibe to your fragrance. Definitely you have to be a sweet lover to enjoy this one. It's a very vanilla heavy caramel, but also kind of powdery, and it has gardenia in it, which that was the reason why I didn't like this for the longest time, because I would smell the gardenia more than I smelled the caramel and vanilla, and I wanted to like it because every time I would hear somebody explaining the scent, they would always describe it as this really vanilla rich caramelly scent, and nobody ever talked about the florals that are in here. But every time I smelled it, all I smelled was gardenia, and that's my least favorite note ever. But as it happens with many other perfumes, my tastes over time changed, and one day I decided to pick this up on sort of a whim. I was like, maybe I should give it another shot. I don't know why I did it, but I'm glad I did, because now I love this perfume. Maybe that it's had some time to sit in my collection, it's gotten better, and the vanilla has kind of thickened up in here. I can't deny the fact that I still think it smells pretty floral, and I definitely smell the gardenia in it still, but it doesn't bother me quite as much as I remember it bothering me. Like, I'm definitely getting more of the vanilla caramelly elements now, and maybe just a hint of gardenia, which is fine with me now. This also has pear in it. It has almond, so it has a little bit of this nutty feel. It's pretty powdery. It has amber. Overall, it's just a really sweet caramelly vanilla kind of fragrance. It's honestly a pretty complex scent for the price point. I don't think it smells like your typical celebrity perfume. I actually think this could be maybe a designer fragrance. I don't think it smells cheap in the slightest. And not only is the scent really good, but also the performance of this is phenomenal. This scent lasts 8+ hours on my skin. Honestly, when it comes to most rich vanilla scents, I don't have an issue with them lasting on my skin. I don't know if that's just because they mix well with my skin chemistry, but most vanilla, heavy, caramelly type scents last really well on me, and this is one of them. And then the next celebrity perfume I have here is from Rihanna. This is Reb'l Fleur, but this is the Love Always Flanker. Now, if you have either one of these perfumes, you don't need the other because they smell exactly the same. And actually, if you look at the notes for both of these, they're the exact same. The only difference, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that in the description they say that the difference between this and the original is just how the notes are mixed and kind of the smoothness of the notes, and maybe some notes are a little bit richer than others. It's not necessarily that it has any different notes, because it doesn't. They have the exact same notes, but I've always said I much more prefer the Love Always Flanker because it's so much smoother. The coconut in here is a little bit heavier than in the original, and I think that's why it's creamier. If you have to go for one, go for the Love Always, and you're still getting the same scent, just a little bit better. This and the original last forever. I'm talking 10+ hours. It is such a beast mode fragrance. You don't need much of this, honestly, and just 2 to 3 sprays will have you smelling like the scent for days, especially if you put it on your clothes. This is such a powerful scent. It's a rich, plummy, ambery vanilla. It does have a good amount of patchouli, but in a really sexy way. We have a little bit of violet in here. There's really pretty warm florals, some red berries, and this coconut note, but not in the way that you typically think of coconut. It's a very dark, mysterious, super sexy coconut. I mean, I think even the bottle definitely does a good job at portraying that. This is gonna be your date night, I want to lure them in kind of scent. It is very strong though, so you do have to like strong scents to like that one. Next scent I have for this video is Pepe Jeans London. There's a lot of flankers to the scent. I have here the original, and it looks like a martini glass. It's very unique packaging. This scent has marshmallow, it has almond, vanilla, almond milk, amber, and it's a little bit musky. It even has vodka, which is really randomly thrown in here, but I do get it because it does give off a little bit of this sexy boozy vibe. This is a very similar scent profile to Cheirosa 62 by Sol de Janeiro. It's a very similar scent profile to the Bum Bum Cream, so it's honestly a really great layering scent. If you have the cream, you can put that all over and then go in with this, and you're gonna smell like this scent forever. It is different though. It's in the same family, but it's different. This is a lot creamier. It's more of that marshmallowy. It's a little bit nuttier, and it honestly smells so sexy. It's really strong, and it's like 17 bucks for a full 100 ml bottle. It pretty much smells like Cheirosa 62 if that had some sort of fruity cocktail pina colada added into the mix. It's like that, but also stronger than that scent somehow. It's very, very strong. If you love marshmallow, you would love this, and it lasts like 8+ hours. And then the fifth and final scent that I have for this video, although I do have an honorable mention that kind of goes with this one, is of course the probably most famous perfume on this channel. Guess Seductive Noir. It does not get more inexpensive and more amazing than this perfume. If this perfume was in some sort of niche house, it would be a bestseller. I'm just sure of it, and people would be paying hundreds. It's like a Tom Ford fragrance, in my opinion, disguised. in this $16. Yes, $16. I got this for $16. It's a 1.7 fluid ounce. If you get a full 100 ml, it's maybe like 20. It is so inexpensive and it still blows my mind to this day. I have always spoken so highly about this perfume, but that's because I truly cannot comprehend how good this perfume can smell, how sexy, how mysterious and edgy and dark and all these things. Just how it can smell so amazing at this price point. It blows my mind. But not only that, it lasts forever and it performs like you would expect a high-end perfume to perform. It's so complex. It has really unique notes. It has sage, peony, iris, jasmine sambac, lily of the valley. It has a velvet note. It has vanilla. It has vetiver. It's so incredibly unique. Honestly, this is a really hard fragrance for me to describe. I don't really know how to describe it. It's so well blended that there's not really anything in here when I look at these notes that I can pinpoint and tell you, oh, this smells like velvet, or oh, it smells like vanilla. It's like everything mixed so smoothly. I will always have this in my collection. This is one of those scents where you wear and people will ask you what you're wearing and you're gonna be shocked to find out it's a $16 perfume. People always compare this to Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. I personally think it's better. Mon Guerlain is a lot more patchouli oriented and it's a little bit all over the place in my opinion. I think this is a million times better at a fraction of the cost. I don't know if I can necessarily say that this is a safe blind buy because it's a bit more of a complex scent for me to be like, oh yeah, everybody will love this. I don't think everybody would love this, but I know a lot of you guys have bought this because of me. And I think 90 to 95% of you have reported back to me that you are absolutely obsessed with this perfume. So I think it's safe to say for the most part, it's a good blind buy, but it also helps a lot that it's like 20 bucks and you don't have to feel as guilty about it if it ends up being a blind buy fail. And then the honorable mention that kind of goes with that perfume is Guess Seductive Red. Something about this line, their rent was clearly due when they were making these perfumes because they did such a phenomenal job on these. This one is a mix of Baccarat Rouge and Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. It has the same elements of Baccarat Rouge with the heavy cherry vibe, and the cherry in here actually lasts, unlike Tom Ford's Lost Cherry where the cherry is quite literally lost in it after like 5 minutes of spraying it on your skin, and this lasts forever. So it's literally comparable to two perfumes that are individually over $300, and I'm telling you, it smells like a mix of them. So when you put all that together, this perfume smells like over $600 worth of perfume in a fragrance that is 16, and it lasts forever. So, and that concludes this video. I want to do so many more of these videos because I have a lot of perfumes. It just is really hard at this price point to do most long lasting because I have a lot of perfumes that are really affordable, but they're like average performing to maybe a little below average. So within this price point, it's a little bit harder, but I think my next video, which will be the under 50 mark, I'm gonna have a lot more options for you guys that are really, really amazing. And I think even below 50 is a decent price point for a perfume. So definitely stay tuned to see more of these long-lasting type videos. That is it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and turn your post notifications on, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.